Thanks, brothers.
Oh, I think I recognize this catacomb pathway. Yes, it is. Dreadnought, dreadnought, dreadnought.
They are everywhere.
Honored brother, join us, and you may sate your rage and aid our cause. Lead me to the slaughter. Onward.
Dreadnought, dreadnought. He said for us to lead him, but he's taking point apparently.
Yep. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Who would? Oh, anything good over here?
Nah, just guns, but nothing substantial.
Oh, I got a stim there, unfortunately, from one of the boxes, but I'm coming to you.
Yep.
I don't want to miss out on the light show after all.
No
Oh,
problem.
he's taking a shot at the bird of all things.
Why not let him?
He is not.
That dreadnought stole my kill.
I ain't gonna argue with him, are you?
He's stealing all my glory kills, damn it.
Well, let him go. Let him do what he does best.
Okay, this Terminator's mine then. There, now I feel accomplished as a servant, a loyal follower of the Emperor.
Oh, come on, that was dirty, that.
You under our hand are cannon fodder, apparently. Yep, there he is crushing everything for us.
I say let him. Let him do what he does best.
Fire in the hole!
I think you need to get moving up forward.
Yeah, trying to anyway. I just don't know if I need to be next to him or forward, or how exactly it works. All right, time to stomp the portals. Stompy, stompy.
Squish. Ah.
Uh-oh.
There's the meme.
Yep, I cast fist. I cast rock. Part of me was a little bit worried there would be an issue with his mechanical arm trying to turn that.
Well, to be fair, since he doesn't have any limbs there, he will be alright.
Hard to say, considering it is Necron tech after all.
True.
Yes, my lord.
Ooh, time for the epic cinematic.
Oh, yeah.
Time to murder a bird. No, not the third company.
Coward.
The Emperor protects. Oh, are we able to get in there?
Yep.
I was worried for a moment. Into the abyss. Sounds like there's plenty more slaying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. Now, I'm not sure what exactly happens here. Hopefully, we're not stuck waiting for the server to load too long. Because this is literally the day after the obelisk patch, I think. Or when exactly did the obelisk patch come in? It came in not too long ago, without a doubt.
It was, I think, I think about 2 weeks ago.
Where is Lord Kauka?
It was a trap.
Perhaps. It's this. The Immaterium. If it is, we must move quickly.
To where?
We must find Calgar.
Aw, there goes my power sword.
Well, I've got actually one more bit of lore about Calgar and our wizard friend.
Ancestor's brother Gadriel. A pathetic show of empty flamboyance.
Coward. Cease cowering behind illusions.
Yo, over here.
Make a bulwark of your...
You just missed your guns.
Yeah, there's a lot to go over with everything that's happening. Let's see if we can deal with an ascended sorcerer finally.
Where is Lord Calgar? Damon's dog has been brought to heel. Heretic! You died this day! This is my domain. You are here by my invitation. I am offering you a chance to kneel. Our chapter, sir, shall use your skull as a piss pot!
That's one way of putting it, isn't it?
Yep, now we gotta get his head intact and not turn to dust.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this can be good.
Lord Calgar! Release him! We shall do you the honor of ending you swiftly. Release him! After all your efforts in bringing him to me! Enough games! Silence this heretic! One last dance before the strings are cut!
Let's put him down once and for all there, Black.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Let's play.
So it looks like it might be the same fight as before, maybe? Yeah, just so you know, I got 2 stims on me here. I don't know if you got stocked up.
Yep, I got 2 sims. Ow.
Yeesh, today the bosses love you.
Tell me about it. Whoa, hello. Whoa.
Remember, you could shoot those faces if you need to.
Yeah.
Where is our lieutenant? Where is Brother Titan?
What the heck?
Oh. Oh yeah. Son of a bitch. I'm down.
Don't be dying on me.
I am trying not to, but it's pretty hard when he's like warping all over the place.
And failed to contain me.
All right, Chiron's taking the flak for you, so you should be good.
Yep,
Use your stim if you have to.
I've used them all. Whoa, that was dirty. Couldn't block. Oh, come on. Oh, no, I'm warped. Hey, where are you, son of a bitch? Oh, no, that was dirty. I didn't see him from behind.
I do not know, but this witch has again failed to divine.
Oh, I'm gonna need to get a reload here. Just a moment.
Oh, hello.
Bird Boy's back. Now, what the heck do we shoot at? Because everything I'm seeing shield icon.
Let's see. Let's avoid those.
It does seem like you could shoot the portals, alas. Besides dodge.
Back off. Oop, dodge out of the way.
Reloading.
He really hates me, doesn't he?
Bird's back.
Watch out for the claws.
Yep, just dash at the right time, I guess, is all you need to do.
Yep. Right, watch out for Imra, he'll be back. Oh no, it's the board. It's the birdie.
Where the heck this Siege Firestorm, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could dodge right through it if you time it.
Yep. Whoa, where is it? Whoa, that was close.
It was on our right.
Look out. Where'd he go?
He's right beside the ammo crate.
Ooh, yeah, bugger. How did you miss? Wow, you whiffed all those shots. Back off.
Just keep hitting him. Birdie! By the ammo crate.
I gotta
And
heal
he
him.
does not look happy.
His eye! Hit his eye! The shiny eye.
Sadly, I wish I had a crack grenade to destroy his eye. Finally put the bird down, maybe?
Nope, just
No, you just
angered him.
teleport away.
I'm nearly dead though, so I
In the
gotta
middle.
kill him.
Almost there, 25%. Just keep focused a little bit longer, Black.
Ah, he got away from us. Son of a bitch.
He's by the ammo.
Just
Alright, his first attack.
damn it. I had to get some ammo.
Oh, the incoming shockwave attack again.
Yep.
Behind ya.
Jesus.
Back with first one.
Really doesn't like us, does he? Oh, that was a
Ooh,
dirty move.
that was mean.
I didn't see that one.
No, he brought back. He returned it back like a boomerang.
That was cheap. Oh, bloody hell. Just give me a chance to get my armor back, thank you. Oh, Jesus, that was rough.
Focus on survival there, because next time you go down, there will wipe us. I think.
Yep. Block that one.
Yep, I'm just trying to melee him, see if I can taunt him.
Whoa, moving.
Bird. High ammo.
It's the eye. Get the eye. Oh, come on. That was dirty.
Got the eye.
He got me, though.
No.
He got me with a dirty trick.
So we'll have to do that again. I wonder how far we have to go back.
Not far as you think.
Interesting.
We are surrounded.
Kill as many as you can, brothers. They are mere imitations. Full trickery.
Guard yourselves.
Over there. Something is happening.
Watch your backs. He has eyes everywhere.
Lord Calgar!
I guess we're gonna go to that light.
Lord Calgar!
Yeah, it won't let me.
Do you want Talisa? Speak them.
My lord,
Speak them, or be slain for an impostor.
rules should never make a prisoner of intelligence.
Titus, it is good to see you.
Their sorcerer's power wavers. He is vulnerable.
See how his domain weakens as he does.
There is only one place left for him to hide.
Let us dig out the heretic.
Oh, okay. So even though we died, we still made it.
It is the artifact. It must be. There is almost limitless power within that shard.
And we must make haste, brothers.
Probably just did enough damage there if there's like a threshold you need to reach.
Yeah, it's possible. Oh, that's a load of crock.
Yep, we have to wait for Calgar to smash them all down, basically.
Pretty much.
Smashy, smashy. Bird's back. I bet he didn't see that coming.
Nope.
Rise, son of Gilliman.
It was all just a dream.
Brother, it is over. You did it. Brother!
Rise, Titus. Your duty is not yet done.
A little tricky, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
You guys armor locked for the moment.
For the Emperor!
Definitely got a lot of dents in that armor now. I made a comment about that in the first episode for the tutorial.
Yeah.
From one gash to like a million bullet holes on it. But at long last, it's over. Now we'll get to see what happens afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny how that ended with the Imeric fight, I gotta say.
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting to have to go through it all again.
Apparently not.
I guess, yeah, you had it all planned after all there. Your death was part of the strategy, clearly.
Lieutenant Demetrian Titus, your decisive actions have saved this system from ruin. And so it is with great pride that I now present you with an honor worthy of your deeds. The laurels of victory.
So that explains why he has it for the
Let every
secret level.
Adeptus
Yep.
Astartes see that here stands the true measure of a son of Gilliman.
For the glory of Ultramar! Courage and honor! Company dismissed.
Forgive me, brother, that it took me so long to bring you home.
My lord, that's...
Fierce was my wrath when I learned of your detention. In their arrogant suspicion, the Inquisition failed to recognize the truth. That no evil will ever overcome a devotion such as yours.
Thank you, my lord.
There is a mission. It will take you away from the Second Company for a time.
As you command, Chapter Master.
The Brother Chaplain will brief you. It was he that suggested you for the task.
My lord, the sword of Calth is ready to depart.
Thank you, Captain. My ship will convey you to your destination. I shall be glad of your company.
Titus, it has been an honor. It has indeed, my captain. I hear you'll be taking your leave of us. Not for too long, I hope. Emperor guide you. And you, sir.
And now we get the final speech with the chaplain.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah. I got my theories, but I wasn't spoiled, but I think I know.
I am called to serve elsewhere. You'll be missed, my lord. I will not forget the blood we have drawn together. Nor shall we. I owe you both a debt. You have restored my faith in brotherhood. We shall await your return. Courage and honor. Courage and honor. has informed you of your assignment. Good. I will brief you en route.
You are joining us.
I am.
Very good, my lord.
You have done well. You have won the trust of your brothers. And of the chapter master. But know this, Titus. The stain of suspicion never completely fades. I will be watching you. Should you falter on the path for even a moment. I will show no mercy.
Leandros.
Leandros.
My lord, it is time.
The most hated character in all of Space Marine.
Yep, and they had to tease at the very end, basically.
Well, the only other hated character in 40k is Erebus, but that's another
Yeah, but he's
time.
30k. I hate it.
Oh no, he's in 40k as well.
Supposed to, but let's just pretend he died somewhere. Got what he deserved from Karn or something.
Oh, Khan did kick his ass, but that's another topic for another day.
Didn't finish the job.
And that
And
is
that
it.
is it, I guess.
Yes, that is the end.
Like I said, how cruel of them to tease. Yeah, like I
Teasing-
said, how cruel of them to tease Leandros at the very end there and not give us much of what happened there.
Yeah. And while we're at it, I'll talk about the laws of victory because some people might not know what they mean. In the Ultramarines culture, shall we say, in Space Marines, the victory laws usually are given to Space Marines that have distinguished themselves in battle in campaigns. Since Titus has this, it's telling everyone in the Legion that, well, chapter, technically, that he has distinguished himself in such battle, in a glorious battle, that he is considered the best of the whole bunch.
Would the rest of the Imperium know that as well? As this specifically in Ultramarine, their progenitor chapters, or successor chapters, rather?
Yeah, it's mainly the progenitor chapters, but not the other chapters, because other factions wouldn't know about it unless they have worked with the Ultramarines. But it's mainly an honor that not many get, because usually when you're given the laurels of victory, it's also signifying to not only the chapter, but many of his brothers that he could be a future, like, Vexel.
Chapter Master or an Org, Vectrix Guard or something like that?
Yeah, or first company. He could literally join that ranks. But, yeah, so as we let the credits go on, what did you think of this game? Because I've stated before, the graphics, the gameplay, top notch.
Definitely loving it there. Definitely a good time. If you were to just breeze through the campaign, which thankfully we did the operation as well, I can imagine it being a little bit on the short side potentially.
Yes, that's
Because it was like, what, 6 or 7 actual campaign missions, and then we did, what, another 5 or 6 operations?
yes, and that's something a lot of people don't realize. This game is very, very short, but it doesn't feel like it's overstayed its welcome, if you know what I mean.
That's perfectly fine. It's just for the sake of comparison how it runs compared to Space Marine 1, since it's been forever since I played, so I don't know how long that game ran.
Actually, roughly about the same time, about 6 or 7 hours.
So with the operations and all that, although it did have PvP for Space Marine 1, you got a lot of replayability still at least.
Yeah.
A little more value at least.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that we've got the operations because it does add more to the game, like if you want to team up. The only thing I'm concerned about when we'll have a look at Obelisk, off screen to see if it is a continuation of the story, or what was going on. If it is, we'll do it. If not, this could be the end, you know what I mean?
Well, unless you want to do all the bonus operations that are currently available there, because that would mean there's 3, I think.
Yes, 2 of them are like non-storied. So we could decide, but it's Obelisk. I think that's one that is a story.
Sounds like it. Just what was happening there while we were doing that final push towards the portal.
Oh yeah. Because I'll be honest. I mean, depending where Space Marine 3 goes, because we both know a Space Marine 3 is on the way. We know now, don't we?
Well, I think we're going to get a little bit of DLC maybe for these side stories, maybe fill the gap a little bit. I would imagine the secret level for Tice was what what he was just deployed to. I'm going
Yeah.
to assume now. And
Um,
there might be like a little mini campaign or side stories with Leandros and Tice or whatever he does after that secret level mission.
I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is you've got the secret level, but then you've also got as well. I think the next story arc is going to have Titus and Leandro settle their difference. You could see it coming.
We will see what happens. Because Leandros is still not convinced that he's not tainted.
The thing is, though,
You could tell.
it's like I said earlier. Remember what I said earlier about how Gilliman said himself the Codex was wrong. He was wrong because it's not fit for purpose anymore.
Yeah, kind of outstayed its welcome. It's kind of not. It was good for after the Horus Heresy, but it kind of is outdated after 10,000 years, to say the least.
Yeah, but it's not only that as well. It's the fact is that Titus understood what the Codex really was. It was like just guidelines to say, look, do this and this and this, but don't follow it blindly. And he's even admitted it, Gilliam himself, to several of his closest colonists. Even Calgott, he's told him, look, the Codex is not the be-all to end-all of our warfare. It's just the guidelines to try use. If they don't work, it's up to you to figure out how to, fix it.
Yeah, and he's also trying to educate, what is it, Sicarius, is it? Now that he's a Fitrix guard, because he's kind of like almost as strict as, well, never mind the fact he's arrogant as hell, probably just like Leandros following the Codex almost to a T, huh?
No, Sicarius is not actually. Sicarius is a little more lighter, minded. I mean, strict.
Okay, just more obsessed with his glory and victory, mainly from being a bloodline of previous Space Marines, or a family that occasionally gets to be Space Marines at least.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, all right. He's currently the captain of the third company at the moment.
Sicarius is? Okay, I thought he was still part of the Fitrix guard there.
He is, but he's also he's a captain as well. He's
Yeah,
in a-
kind of odd, because he was the second company captain before Gilliman.
Yeah, he was. He was the second company. He's not a full-on captain. Well, he is from the Vix, but he's not part of the Viction Guard either. He's in his own separate entity kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Now you're just confusing it.
It's GW. They've put so much on Sicarius. They've like bounced him all over the place.
Well, to be fair, a lot of that was the fact that he was lost in the warp for a number of years as well. So that was
Yeah.
part of the reason for this mix-up.
Yep, because that's why they couldn't. If Sicarius was the captain of the second company, then he would have to be in this game, and that could have really been a royal mess up. If you know what I mean? Because
Just a little bit. He has returned, at least recently in the lore, it sounds like, though, with Sicarius.
yeah, he's returned and he is part of the Victual God, but he's part of them, but he doesn't take part. If it's so weird with him.
Now, it just remains to be seen if we'll at some point in the future get to see Gulliman or not. Or if the future Space Marine series take place with other characters, which I find kind of hard to believe, but it's possible.
It's possible. I mean, Titus has proven he can work with other chapters. He's worked with the Blood Angels, the Black Templars, and the Space Wolves, so it's not a real possibility.
Yep. Yeah, he has his own model now. He's got official lore from Games Workshop, so they could just continue his story elsewhere and not be specifically tied to Space Marine 3 if it warrants whatever they have in mind there with Saber and Games Workshop.
Yep. And for those who are unaware, and I do want to cover 3 things. First thing is, I know some of you ask, is Hammer and Bolter part of the Titus storyline. Yes. It is the in-between between Space Marine 1 and Space Marine 2.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a nod about Titus in there, huh?
Yes, a little bit of a nod. In fact, it's been held. The battle was performed on Graia. It just didn't finish the job. So our lone Space Marine who was there is dead to finish the job.
Okay, and I know there was a was it Balkan also took place on Graia, interestingly enough, but this is a completely different Sternguard veteran taking part in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Hammer and bolter, they tend to call it because you don't shoot much. You just
Hey,
go around
well-
and just go bashing people.
Oh, you said Hammer Bolter as in the TV series.
Oh, no,
Are
no,
you
no.
talking about Balkan?
Bolt gun, yeah.
Okay, so you're even more confused. Yeah, I know about Balkan being taking place on
Yeah.
Graia.
Yeah, that's the one that's like the connection story between the two.
Yep, you kill a bunch of Nurgle, you kill a bunch of Sichian heretics, which for all we know they could have been there for the same reason as Thousand Suns was here for Space Marine 2. Don't know about Nurgle though.
Nurgle was just being Nurgle. What else do you need to know?
Go figure.
Yep. The second thing I want to touch on is our wizard bad guy. What's his story with Calgar? Now, 200 years ago, he was going to go to Graia to get the power source, but Calgar intercepted him and sent him back into the warp. So this was a bit of revenge.
Okay. So he was also trying to get that power source there before our other unaligned aspiring chaos lord got it, huh?
Yep. And last but not least, the Mechanicum. Now, some of you might not know, what is the Pact of Mars? The treaty thing.
Oh, the agreement between Terra and Mars primarily, is it?
Yes. For those unaware, there was agreement stating that Mars, if they go for a quest of future, they have the right to claim a site as their own, and no other Imperial faction can get involved. Not even the Inquisition. They're not allowed.
Yeah, and like I hinted at during that final mission there, it makes perfect sense why Gilman would actually endorse this, because he would be very knowledgeable, he would think about the Black Stone and its effects on the warp, because all throughout the Adamus Crusade, Gilman and Belisarius Call were trying to undo the effects of this dang massive Secundus Rift, whatever the heck it is, that split through half the galaxy after Cadia's fall.
Yep, that is called the Siege of Maledictum. But believe it or not, it wasn't Chaos who did it, nor the Marines. It was the Eldar.
What do you mean?
The Eldar caused the rift. Let me explain. This was going during on the Gathering Storm arc. Now, this was literally before, old Gilliman woke up. You see,
Yeah.
our good friend and the Farseer of the Ulfweir Dam, Eldrad, yes, that Eldrad, he saw a vision.
Oh, you talking about his ritual there?
Yep, that ritual that kind of worked, but also failed. Don't know how that works, but
If I understand correctly, that didn't actually create the Maledictum there. That was the previous Black Crusades destroying those pylons that were connection points, I think.
Yep.
What Eldrad failed to do was create an actual god of death there, which became Yanid, I think. And that's a kind of different thing. So I'm pretty certain it was more the Black Crusades of Abaddon that eventually, when he finally took down Cadian, that final pillar, that's what caused it. Because the previous points he attacked and destroyed caused that rift, I think.
yeah, but what I'm explaining is that with the Eldar, that's where it first began, though, because you see, during the Gathering Storm, when Eldrad created Ishra, I hope I pronounce her name right, because I can never pronounce the god of death's name right. Is it Yishra or Yevran? Or can you?
It should be Yvrain there.
Yvrain, yeah.
I know they have an alkalite or like their kind of avatar, which is Yvrain or something. Yvrain or Yanid there. Isha is like the god of life there for
Yeah.
Eldar.
Yep. Finish explanation. When he brought her to the world, Chaos panicked because they realized, oh crap, if that thing gets going, it could. So basically, the Chaos Gods panicked and kind of coaxed Abaddon into, doing what he did on Cadia. If you know what I mean? Because
Okay.
because you see, when she was born, she got many people to help from the Komorrah, which by her own birth kind of screwed Komorrah over quite heavily, because the demons managed to get in. Didn't end well for them.
Yeah, because Yvraine, the actual chosen of Ynid, I think, was in Komorrah when that happened. She technically died, was reborn. That caused, I think, a permanent warp portal in Komorrah, as well
Yep.
as demons. Lots and lots of demons.
Correct. So what happened is after that little accident, she left to go and find some people, certain people, to get help against the chaos. Because she realized herself, the goddess saying, yeah, I can take on Slanesh, but I cannot take on the others. I need some help. So this is where also, because chaos got a little panicky, they kind of coaxed into Abaddon to do what he did with the Black Crusade. That's how that Black Crusade kicked off. Then we had Belisarius Cole trying the pylons, thanks to our good friend,
Our Necron friend there.
Yep,
Our
Trazen.
collector, I forget his name off the top of it. Yep, there we go, Trazen.
Yep, our good friend Trazen. Then with Trazen telling him how to do it, Belisarius set the pylons off. Then the Goddess of Death came after Belisarius because for some unknown reason she knew about the armor. I don't know how she knew that.
Somehow, huh?
Yep. So basically, she took Belisarius, ancient Ultramarines, and we're talking about an ancient Inquisitor, Black Templars, and several Cadian regiments through the webway to Ultramar, which was under siege by the Black Legion after Cadia. I don't know how he got there so quickly.
Yeah, a lot of those ancient characters were released because they were imprisoned by Trazen previously.
Yep.
Because he conveniently let them out there when Abaddon was invading Acadia.
Yep. So after that mess, when they got into the front room where, Gilliman was in stasis and put the armor on him to revive him, that's when this whole mess started. So really, it was Eldrad that started the mess. They knocked the first domino. It just cascaded from there.
I don't know if that's entirely true, considering it was Deathwatch of all people that interrupted that ritual, and not so much Chaos.
No, Chaos didn't disrupt the ritual. Correct, it was the Deathwatch, but because of the God of Death was born, it scared the Chaos gods a bit because they're thinking, "Oh Christ, that could be a problem."
Well, in theory, that would only scared Slanesh, which I don't think a single god would have influenced Abaddon that much on its own. Since Eldari are more specifically want to kill Slanesh, not so much the other gods so much, but it's a bonus if they do.
Yeah, but it did nudge them to say to Abaddon, destroy the to launch another crusade. But unfortunately for Chaos, they're looking to a civil war at the moment.
Yeah, Chaos likes to do their own thing, we'll just say. They don't like people calling the shots. Other people, anyway.
Well, the civil war that's rumored to be brewing is between Huron Blackheart and Abaddon.
Oh, Huron's starting to get high and mighty with himself, huh? Now he's got his own Maelstrom Warp Rift to kind of manage and kind of make his own home base, huh?
Well, yes, but it's not only that. His warband is comparable to the Black Legion.
Yeah, which is quite the achievement, considering Abaddon, in theory, should have had 10,000 years to get as strong as he is now.
Well, you have to remember the Black Legion, unlike Mon Space Marines, it's very hard for them to replenish their forces. As well as getting equipment, because any of their equipment gets damaged, it's very hard to replace.
Yeah, they do tons of raiding for helping with that, I would imagine. And of course, Fabius Bile, they do a lot of... I'm sure Abaddon does a lot of deals with him, specifically.
Actually, he does not like Fabius. He's pretty much wants him dead on sight if he gets a chance.
Yeah, but doesn't mean he probably doesn't work with him there. I'm sure they was trades for gene seeds and things like that to get more Chaos Legionaries.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing you gotta remember with in 40k lore. It is a bit confusing because I'm gonna be honest. When the Primaris first came out, I didn't like them because I was thinking, whoa, where did these guys come from? Because you're like, we had no like inkling or anything about it.
Yep, they'll get fleshed out a little bit there. We're getting a little more intrigue about the Primaries with them somewhat getting affected by corruption due to the extraordinary events that what Angron did on one certain Omen episode, and among other things.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't a fan, and that's why the lore at the moment is in an absolute tiz at the moment, because the way they've done it, they should have given it another like addition to flesh it out. You know what I mean? It's like, oh,
All a good time there.
Yep.
There's like so much to have to cover after all, and of course they can't really just flat out say a lot of this stuff there, otherwise that ruins the mystique. Like with the Emperor, what happened, the Golden Age of Man, and all that stuff.
Well, to be fair, I mean, we're seeing that now. Actually, we're getting more and more stories of that now with you know, when the Emperor first rose to power, how he did it. But in my honest opinion, it's not the fact that, you know, the 40k lore nowadays is more stable than it was when it's first all kicked off with the new like Primaries and all that. Because nowadays, I mean, the Lion, the Red Angel, and Gilliman, and Magnus, and Mortarion, I mean, their lore's now more fleshed out, which is better. But when it first all kicked off, it was like, well, what the hell's going on? I mean, where did these guys come from? How the hell did Gilliman, you know, his whole story of Gilliman, how he got, you know, back up and how he got back to Terra was just absolute nonsense.
Just a little bit, huh?
Well, come on. Gilliman wakes up in the middle of his throne room, has no freaking idea what's going on, and he ends up like, you know, he tries to beat everyone up. It's like, no, I would be freaking like what the hell's going on? I'd be totally confused, you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah, hopefully they'll probably continue to flesh out a lot more of it there over time. Like I said, more books are coming out by the day, by
yeah.
a week, month anyway.
Well, I mean, we've got more books now, and even he admits he does not like this Imperium. He hates it, but he's got to work with it, because if he doesn't, he could end up with another civil war and more problems.
Without a doubt, yeah, if he were to try and burn everything down, that is a blasphemy for what the Emperor may have wanted. Yeah, that would cause a lot of problems, to say the least.
What I find hilarious about it all is basically, you know, he does not like the Ecclesiarch. He hates them, but he knows he needs them, because if he goes against them, they could turn the whole populace against him, and it could start another civil war. So he was practically screwed.
Pretty much there. And Gilliman's having some odd experiences himself there, especially interacting with the Emperor, which is making him question a lot of things, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. But you know what I find hilarious? You ever seen the you ever seen the memes with the whole thing with Gilliman and the Eldar?
Oh yeah, Yvrain as well. I've heard
Yeah.
about that.
I find it utterly hilarious. It's like I know it's taking the Mickey and it's not gonna happen, but it's just so hilarious how the Warhammer community takes the mick out of it.
And they have yet to actually meet each other again. They're after the events of Gilliman's revival, even.
Well, that's
If anything, he has different Eldari that he talks to more frequently.
yes. I mean, a lot of people might not know this, but Gilliman does have a secret conclave of Eldar working with him.
He at least has some emissaries that he talks to regularly, including a couple other questionable things that Belisari's helped him with, like the Call Inferior, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally not AI. Totally not AI at all.
Uh-huh. I mean, that's the thing, right? When you look at the whole thing, like he's got now a decent amount of like people on his side. I mean, did these Jesus, have we only just got to the credits part where people who've done the voices?
Maybe there. It's definitely going for a while, isn't it?
No kidding. I know normally on my channel I usually run this so people can like appreciate the people who put in the effort.
Yeah, I can't help but wonder if we're just rewriting them again or not.
I know.
But yeah, I don't think I've seen at least the actors, for the voices at the very least.
Mm-hmm. But back to what we're saying. I mean, that was the thing. I mean, like I said, the whole thing with Eldrad, like he casted he knocked the first domino, and it just cascaded into this whole thing that's going on right now.
Maybe, but I don't think. I think Abaddon would have still done the Black Crusade on Katie regardless, because like I said, he was destroying all these pylons, at least that they retconned in his previous crusade already. So it wasn't like this was the catalyst. He was already kind of doing that. It just wasn't at the point where it would all collapse like it did with the Secundus or the Maledictum.
Oh yeah. It's. I know some people might feel this is a bit chaotic, but it is the lore is utterly all over the place at the moment. I mean, it's no fault of I think it's partly fault of GW because sometimes they're writers, and this has been a common theme. One doesn't know what the other's doing.
Yeah, because there's certain lore events or story events in books and that are like one is one thing and one's the other, and certain phrases and lines are like lore now. Like I think there's a popular Necron book called the the Infinite and Divine there, where it's
Yeah.
like the two Necron characters like obsessed with this one planet there, and it ends up with and one single line there about like a shard of Catan there is made canon that Trazen actually has a fragment of one of them just because of this one line in a book somewhere.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. That's what I'm saying. Some people might feel this is a bit confusing with with the whole thing but the way I've like chronologically, it's like what happened with the Eldar and the Gathering Storm brought in Gilliman at the same time when old Abaddon did the thing. It's like you've got to read the whole Akkadian mess along with the Gathering Storm together to figure out what the holy heck was going on. It's just
Yep, there's definitely a lot of loose ends there. So really, it just helped as far as figuring out the story. Probably just focus on the stuff areas you're most interested in, and we're still getting the main cast characters this time for Chinese, so it's still going.
oh, no kidding. But then again, I mean, this game would not have succeeded if it didn't do all it did. I mean, now we're going to Russia.
Yes.
But
It's still going. It's the longest credits I don't think I've ever seen.
oh, you skipped them.
No, I didn't skip them. No, not yet.
Nah, we'll see if now we're going to Japan.
Yep, we're going to all of them. It just keeps going. It's the credit roll that'll never end. It just goes on and on, my friend.
Yeah, but that's the thing a lot of people don't realize. I mean, that's why the lore in 40K is a bit like it's all over the shop. I mean, don't get me wrong. They have tried to clean it up a bit.
It'll be a fun roller coaster ride. It's just a shame there's a handful of factions that have very little to lore, and it looks like we may be getting end of the credits, and there's Total Biscuit's memoriam. Rest in peace, John.
Yeah. Funny enough, Total Biscuit he doesn't live far from where I live.
Yep. And I remember his love for Space Marine 1 there. And we're finally done with the credits at long last.
Yep. And then we're finally at end this war. So before we log out, let us take a look, see if about the obelisk. Is it a part of the story?
Let's see, number 6. Complete the campaign before undertaking this mission is all it says.
Which we've done, so that means...
So unlike the other two which we had access to from the very beginning, this one requires us to finish the mission. Or the final mission, at least. It still says it's classified, mind you, but... yeah.
Which shouldn't be, because we just finished the story. Well, in that case...
Well, let me just accept. Yeah, let me just switch over quickly, but I think we're just about done otherwise.
Yep. So we're going to have a look, guys, see if this is active. If it is, it will be our final video on it. But
Yeah, I
what-
was able to select at the very least.
So it is game on. Well then. It seems we have one last mission to do.
Yes, yes.
And we
Yeah, I
will-
just set the private there so we didn't get some. Okay, yeah, now it has the details there. Aurora must be destroyed. Yep, this is definitely during the same point. Control consoles scattered across the battlefield. Power the shield protecting the device. Target one such console and disrupt the flow of energy.
Well then.
So yeah,
So we have one last mission to do.
one last mission and 2 other side missions there with the operations.
Shouldn't take us long to get through the operations at least.
Yes, yes.
But I think
Very
this
well.
is perfect time to end.
Yes, it was a long time coming. It was the credits gone on forever, but we're finally here. Thank you very much, Black, for joining me on this adventure.
No problem.
Hopefully we get more of it in DLC rather than having to wait maybe, hopefully not another 10 years for Space Marine 3.
Oh god, no. But we are not done yet. We have one last job.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna get my Storm Shield out. It's time to slay some more heretics.
Yep. And maybe a Hierophant to boot.
Yes, yes. We'll see you all then there. Thank you for tuning in.
Later.